Well, John, a second win of the week. How pleased are you with that one?
Delighted. That's one of those where you come off the back of a late equaliser at Derby, the elation of Tuesday night, the long trip back, and go 1-0 down quite early on, and it's a tough place to come back from. The expectation today was that we would come and win the game, rightly so, and it was a good one. It was a good tough test for us, and to come back and to do what we did in the first half, and also largely control the game until I think a few hairy moments in the last 5-10 minutes. I think the performance overall was excellent.
The early goal you mentioned, what do you make of the response to it?
Yeah, brilliant. Again, I think under normal circumstances it's good to respond like we did to the goal. I think under the sort of pressure that the lads are under at the moment as well, it sort of probably adds a bit of extra because it can always happen, right? But everybody would have hoped that we come out and have a strong start. We take the lead early. It just didn't happen. And again, there's a couple of occasions where during my time there's been a massive response from the crowd. You heard it straight away again from the crowd. They were right behind the boys, and it pays off because we came back into the game, and by half time we torn up.
Yeah, Regan's goal on the stroke of half time. How did that change your team talk?
It didn't at all because I thought had played and controlled the game really well for 45 minutes, and what we wanted to do is more of the same. The only thing we thought might happen in the second half was that Lincoln were a bit more expansive and come at us. I didn't necessarily think it panned out that way. I thought they were quite smart actually. They stayed in the game until late on and put us under a bit of pressure with long throws, set pieces, all of those sort of things that can cause you problems. So really pleased I think with the way that we ended up coming back into the game, and I think I'd describe that it wasn't a spectacular performance, but one that we controlled for the majority of the game.
Yeah, what are the most pleasing elements of the performance today, and what is there perhaps to work on as well?
So I think the pleasing elements were with that. I just felt in control. I felt like we had. I don't know what the possession was, but there's obviously no point keeping possession without a bit of purpose. But I thought we had some purpose to that as well, and created some chances. We got the ball in the box pretty well. So that was a real positive. I think also the way we defended, not just towards the end of the game, barring maybe that one set piece where they had the chance, but in the first half there were a couple of long throws, a couple of corners. We defended really well. Those are the things that keep you in the game, and those are the things that keep you leading going into half time, and we did that really well against a side who came and were tough opposition and physically very strong as well. I think parts to improve upon. We know we need to kill games off if we can. We had chances in the second half to do it, and opportunities to create chances as well. We didn't quite get there on a lot of those, and I think the only criticism was some of the decision making. Again, last 10-15 minutes there's a lot of fatigue, mental and physical, but we just have to be a bit better in making sure that we don't invite pressure on our own goal, because that was the only time I think from a couple of free kicks that we looked like we might be in danger of conceding.
What do you make of the impact of your subs as well?
I thought they were excellent. It's hard to single anyone out, but we had some tired legs out there, and the subs came on, did really well, saw out the game, did exactly what we needed them to do. So I think the pleasing thing about someone like Tino is that we know he's only going to get better and better, and a few of those moments where he just nearly gets there, once we get him right up to speed and he gets used to the pace of League One football, then I think we've got some subs that come off the bench and really impact games.
In terms of squad selection, 2 changes to the 11 before the game. What was the reasoning there?
Yeah, so Conor Ogilvie we know had a groin injury. Hopefully it's not too bad, and he'll return to training at some point in the next couple of weeks. And the other one was just to freshen things up with the front three. It had been such a massive physical effort across the last couple of games, and also if you look at someone like Gav, who we left out the starting lineup today, I think it would be the first time that he started, I think 9 games in a row. For a long time, possibly the first time since he's come over to this country, and we just wanted to make sure that we were fresh. Abu came in, had a brilliant impact. Same with obviously bringing Paddy off. I thought he was excellent today, but just needed a rest at the end.
That's 7 points from a possible 9 now. How do you reflect on the last week overall?
If you'd offered me 7 before the start of the week, it would have completely snapped your hand off without doubt. Of course, we don't rue or regret or look back at it, but the only thing is, I think we probably could have taken all 9. But then it swings and roundabouts. We win the game the other night, having been under a bit of pressure in the second half. Maybe that's the only disappointment, but I think it's been a bit greedy. 7 points from those 2 games against, again, a side today who were very well organised, will be strong in the league this year. I think it was a really good return.